The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. We have very active lifestyles. It's not all wandering the countryside aimlessly or scaring passing motorists. And we all love a good cup of joe. And there's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. Bold, robust, delicious. It's coffee that can wake the dead. With over a dozen different roasts and flavors, Deadly Grounds can satisfy the most finicky of coffee addicts. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
Get magic.
Magic. Hey, we are live. It is the Dorkening, and it is Wednesday night. And you're not seeing double. We had a stream going earlier, if you caught that, with the Toking DEAD and a comic artist and comedian, Jeffrey. I'm blanking on his last name.
How about like 1 week we just say, yeah, you are seeing double.
You are. So with
madness.
James is here.
Hi, everybody.
Yo.
Hey, everybody.
And Alex.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Alex, you sent us a nice little picture.
Mm-hmm.
No, he sent you a nice little picture.
Yeah.
I didn't see the picture.
Okay, so describe this for the audio listeners.
This was on Reddit today, and it's just too perfect not to show. Definitely look it up. I couldn't find the name of the guy who put this together, but search it up on Reddit and try to find this guy, but it's perfect. So if anyone heard the news of confirmation that Mr. Raimi is working on Doctor Strange 2 at the Mountains of Madness, here's a little poster made by the fans of bringing two of the greatest little franchises together.
Not only that, but Bruce Campbell retweeted and said, surely there must be some character to challenge the Good Doctor. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think?
On Zombies universe.
Will it happen?
No.
Come on.
Good night, everybody.
just here's my dreams, and then you're just like,
just Thanos it, just like nope, just. I mean, Yo-Yo, you're half evaporating in and out of existence right now. Your cat isn't even there right now. Okay.
Am I petting a cat, or am I?
It just keeps zipping in and out.
It looks like somebody made this joke last week about the Back to the Future. You're zipping out of existence.
Either that or the cat's parents aren't going so well at the dance.
So what's going on with you, James?
Not much, nothing much. I started a little late coming on. I've been putting a lot of time into Star Trek Online.
You have?
Yeah, my buddy Justin put something on Facebook being like, hey, I just discovered Star Trek Online and it's free on PlayStation Network. And so he was playing it and he asked someone to play with, and I was like, well, I haven't played this in a couple of years, but like I know there's a part I couldn't get past. So I started playing again, and I've been playing it pretty regularly through the last couple months, and I actually just got the rank of Rear Admiral, so I got to unlock the Sovereign class, which is the Enterprise E for all our Trekkies out there. So it's fun. I'm enjoying it. It's tough, which is nice, but it's just something different, something new to play. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Sony's releasing Drake, the Uncharted collection, free for all PlayStation users.
Really?
You just got to download it for free.
Okay, so I tried one of the Drake games, Uncharted, and I couldn't get into it.
Oh my God, the Uncharted series is so good.
It seemed like it was on a set path. It is.
It's a linear game.
I don't like those.
I'm sorry.
This is like
Leo, you're wrong.
Especially Uncharted 2 is awesome. It's like Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 4 are fantastic games.
And Leo, I'm assuming you still haven't played The Last of Us either.
I have not played The Last of Us. I did. I have.
Oh, do you just not like Naughty Dog?
Do you like Crash Bandicoot?
Yes.
That's a linear game. I'll see you crapping on that.
Do you like Mario? That's a linear game.
No, when he plays Mario, he goes left.
Why can't I go any farther?
This game's progression sucks. I haven't even gotten a skill tree yet. This sucks. What am I doing wrong?
Actually, I've been playing the hell out of, and it's totally weird because, and I'm loving working from home because, normally it'd be, hour and a half commute to get home, and I'd spend some time with my wife. But I mean, unfortunately, she's out of work, so we get to see her during the day. But when my work day is done, she says, "Hey, do you want some game time?" And I never really got that before, so I got in about half an hour today and playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which I absolutely love.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where the conversation was going. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I purchased Control, but I haven't played it yet. I heard that's really good.
Yep, I've been playing that.
Yeah.
I really like Control. I had to pick it up. I got it at a discount, and I've been really dying to play it for a while. And plus, with all the madness going on, I had to take a break. To put some time aside to play that game, and yeah, I really like the world they made in that game. I won't say a word about it because it's just dripping in mystery and intrigue. And if you don't really know much about it outside of maybe just little glimpses of what it's about, just go in blind. I think it's better when you don't know what's happening.
Well, it's more of a. I don't know much about it. Sorry, I had to shut my window. It's like a X-Files-y type of thing, right?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
Maybe not.
Oh, okay. Well, I keep on hearing great things about it, so I have it installed. I just been too busy playing Assassin's Creed.
I'm down. I'm down for. Assassin's Creed kind of fell away from me after a while. I just got kind of tired of. I think that happens with a lot of Ubisoft games, where eventually they all just kind of seem to be like the same release with not much innovation.
Oh, like
each time.
Far Cry. Yeah.
Like Far Cry, like Assassin's Creed, and I feel Assassin's Creed was great, but then it became restricted in its own like I heard like people who really like Black Flag almost felt like Black Flag was limited because of the scope that Assassin's Creed set itself.
Yeah. Well, this here is more of a, so this was before Black Flag, I think. This is more of a, they added more of a role-playing element.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess is new to the Assassin's Creed games. And it's a mixture of naval and action RPG.
Did they go kind of more fantasy in that one rather than less history kind of direction, just to keep it kind of...
Well, yeah, it is history. So they'll give you like pop-ups of like the Peloponnesian War and information about it, but then you'll run into, like I ran into a Cyclops. There's these mythical beasts as well. So
yeah, they really went places in that franchise. It's really weird. I mean, hell, one of the best MacGuffins you get in some of those games is a golden apple. Like, that's a pinnacle point. Like, you're doing a White Hood that gets a golden apple, and suddenly you're on top of the world.
So, James, tell us about Star Trek. What's it like?
I mean, it's just like it's an MMO. It's a massive multiplayer online. So, I mean, it picks up right after the destruction of Romulus. So it picks up, right at that point. Right before Spock's part of it, he kind of has a little narration of it, which is really nice. And it's just kind of you're just the Federation of Planets, and you're dealing with some stuff, including possible Klingons in war, Raimi coming back, the Borg, the Dominion, the Cardassians. It's just very much you kind of can. Go around the galaxy and be in the Federation. You can be, a Klingon and Klingon ships, and it's just very interesting. Vulcan, you can use Vulcan ships. It's very like in depth. So if you're like a fan of Trek and you're kind of wanting something new and a little different, there are different things and different storylines. And right now I just finished the Discovery had a big storyline they built into it, and right now they're doing a lot of stuff for First Contact Day, so you can go back into the day of First Contact, April 5th, 2063, and protect the Phoenix launch site, and then actually do the Phoenix launch and be part of that first warp drive test, which is really cool. So like the Discovery one was very much about the net, the fungus net or whatever it was, and then they redid the measure of the man thing. So if you're a fan of the original Star Trek, that's where like they had the different trials. And did we just lose Leo?
Yeah, no, I'm here. I was trying to switch my camera.
And you had where they're being judged on events, good or bad, and they just did a whole big thing of that, and I just did that. In that battle, you have all the Enterprises from across the series show up to help fight you, including Voyager, the Defiant, NX-1, Discovery, all fighting with you and helping you fight this big battle, which is like really cool and stuff. So, I enjoyed it. And they get a lot of the voices from the characters. So a lot of people from Discovery do their voices on this game. Jerry Ryan's in it as Seven, so it's really enjoyable. Like I said, if you are a fan, and it's free, and
you can't be that.
It's free. You don't need to have a PlayStation membership to play. Like, it's free online, so you don't need a PlayStation Plus access. So
Definitely a
if
good thing.
anybody wants to jump on, and like I said, it's great things. You have ship creation, so you get your class of ship and you can tweak it and make it your own and give its own name, own call number, all that stuff.
And
So
are there
it is pretty cool.
do you have to like farm resources to upgrade your
Just
ships?
gonna- yeah, I mean, like anything, you get inventory and you sell your inventory to get more money, and then there is, like any MMO, you can buy coins and lithium ore and all this stuff to buy the better ships and buy better models and packages. But when you level up, you get ships given to you. Like, oh, you're this rank. Oh, you get a Galaxy class starship. I'm a Rear Admiral. I just got the Sovereign class ship. You start off at like you can get a Constitution class. Like as you progress, the ships get better and better, and then you can customize your ship with different armaments, different shields, different that kind of stuff. But then they also have like away missions, so you actually beam down the planets and you do a lot of person combat too. So it's actually like it's enjoyable. Like I said, if that's something you're into, it's worth it. Like I said, you can spend as little or as much time as you want in it. But like I said, my big thing was like when I got my Sovereign class ship, and I was just like, oh, Enterprise E, and it was like so pretty. It's just like it's really fun. Like I said, it's one of those things like I got out of it because I had no one to play with, and my buddy Justin's like, hey, I'll play. So every once in a while we'll play for like an hour and a half or 90 minutes or 2 hours, whatever it is. I know an hour and a half and 90 minutes are the same exact thing. I realize. But like I said,
you like Star Trek, but you're bad at math. Not a good combo.
Yeah, I know, right? But like I said, it goes back to the day. It takes up time and it's free. Like try it, download it free. You might like it, you might not. It's just one of those things. It's just one of those things when you're in a space battle and you're doing maneuvers and you're firing everything, and it's kind of cool. Like you get to kind of get your blood rushing a little.
Nice. Just real quick, Tom Moore says, happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday, Tom. Tim Guillemette says, hi, all. Tracy Parker says, hi, guys. Angela says, hey. Also, Lance Arnold, Joy Lewis Patterson, Steve Christina Jr. is in the chat room. Tom from Deadly Grounds. Brandon Mark Powers. Chris Denmid as well. And Matt Dennert.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So, fun times. And...
hi, everybody.
I know we talked a little bit about Doctor Strange, and what do you guys?
And the Army of Darkness poster. I really do love that poster.
Yeah.
If I can get that printed somewhere, I would.
Just wait. It'll be available by somebody.
Yeah.
So some weird person in the corner of some con somewhere is going to be selling it for cheap. It's going to be laminated, but by the time you get home, you're going to realize how cheap it really is. You probably paid like $75 for it.
Tom says, just popping in to say hi, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well and staying safe. And
feeling better hearing from you, Tom.
Yeah, totally. And we played the commercial in the beginning, but this is a great time to stop and say, now is the time that we need to support our local artists and our local businessmen. Deadly Grounds is a local coffee roaster here in Connecticut, and makes the absolute best coffee I've ever had. And you can find information down below or up above. GetDeadly.com or DeadlyGroundsCoffee.com, and it's now more than ever. We definitely need to, if we have the ability, just spend a little extra and buy local.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm placing an order with my local comic shop, Sarge's Comics. I'm getting the year 2 Batman, the McFarlane covers.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so those are going to come this week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Definitely support that coffee. It's a work of art in itself. And it definitely is just something nice to have while you're indoors if you get the chance.
Yeah.
And
boy, I've been drinking way too much coffee.
You should get their decaf. They have decaf.
I do. Yeah.
It tastes good too. That's the disgusting part about it, is that it's delicious. Is that it's so good. Even the decaf is good. That's what's insane.
I've been drinking about a pot a day, and I need to trim back just a bit.
Yeah, man.
So 3/4 of a pot a day.
Yeah.
Have you been feeling a little bit of anxiety?
Oh yeah,
I mean,
quite a bit.
You know, not I might not be a doctor, but I think I see a root. To possibly why that's happening.
It couldn't be like the world falling, around us, could it?
No.
No.
Nah, not at
How
all.
do you usually take your coffee?
I normally add heavy whipping cream with Splenda.
Okay.
Yeah.
I usually do 2 equals and almond milk in mine.
I've gotten I started doing almond milk a bit more. I do like it.
I like almond milk, but what I find weird is that sometimes I forget if I put it into the coffee, because if anyone's used almond milk and put it in coffee, it doesn't get lighter.
No.
So if you forgot you put it in, you're just like, oh, I'll just add some more. I must have forgot. It's still pitch black. Okay, I guess I'll just keep. Okay, now it's overflowing.
Maybe
Because
I'll
right
give
now,
that a try.
Almond milk with a splash of coffee, and yeah.
I have almond milk with a splash of coffee. I did run out of almond milk, and I used regular cream only recently, and I guess I use more almond milk than I think sometimes, because I poured just as much like cream as I usually do with my almond milk, and yeah,
It turned white.
It just wiped out all the flavor from the coffee. I just sipped it, and I was like, no, this is like. I didn't spend 15 minutes to make this coffee to sip it, and now it's just milk.
Oh.
Or just
See, what I normally do is I add my heavy cream on the bottom of the cup, add my Splenda. Sometimes I'll do like a pump of sugar-free flavoring, like pumpkin. I'll whip it up with the frother on the side of the coffee machine, and then pour the coffee in, and it just, oh my god, it tastes so good.
It sounds lovely, but dial back, or at least try some decaf. I promise you. I was in the same boat.
Yeah. So something else that popped up: John Krasinski recently met with Marvel Comics.
I feel like that news always breaks randomly 4 times a month.
Yeah.
Did he meet with him Marvel 2 or 3 months ago, and before that it was 2 or 3 months before that? And
well, it's the same thing.
What if he just has a friend who works there?
Yeah. Well, that
using the
the
bathroom.
conclusion.
Yeah. I mean, it could be the artists have been drawing Mr. Fantastic to look like him, so maybe he's going in for some, some artists. I don't know. Where
Maybe
I'm
he's
going
suing them. It's just legal meetings.
with that. Yeah.
I'll
or
also
maybe
say
they want to have him to direct something.
That could be. Yeah.
I was just gonna say that maybe the artists over at Marvel that call him in maybe just I don't know, really just don't like photo reference, and it's like, no, he's got to be here.
Yeah. We need to see him act out the part.
Every panel, every pose. Okay, now you're just gonna have to really exaggerate your body. Okay, I mean, there's a long history of Marvel artists taking a lot of liberties with what they get with photo reference, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Mark Matheson says he only drinks Death Wish coffee. I tried Death Wish, but I find it too caffeinated. It's like so you can taste caffeine. I know they say you can't, but when I was working IT, I used to pop caffeine pills, and I definitely learned the taste of caffeine, and you can get that in Death Wish. At least I could. I could, when I drank it, it was like, oh my, it tastes just like the caffeine pills I used to pop.
I really want to put that as a quote, that it's too caffeinated. It's called Death Wish.
I know, but I mean,
that's in Saratoga. That's right by me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, maybe tell them to tone back on that.
I never got a chance to try
they're
them
next
out.
door neighbors.
Yeah.
Still across the yard.
They might like cream and sugar. I mean, you can ask them as a neighbor.
That was a wild time, though. I was popping caffeine pills and drinking energy drinks at the same time.
Holy crap! Did you get to sleep?
No, I was working 80-hour weeks. It was insane.
Do you sleep?
I sleep now, but it's
It could be years to get back to it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm just getting back into it. It's pretty neat. Sometimes you have these weird TV things that like a show that plays when I sleep.
I do fall asleep to the TV though. I put like Ancient Aliens on and
He's
zonk out.
wondering why there's a guy going like this in his dreams.
I can only imagine where your anxiety's coming from. You drink coffee all day and go to sleep with someone talking about like the pyramids are made by aliens.
Actually, the latest one is there's a new show, Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's
That sounds lovely.
oh yeah. There's this one worker there that like out of the blue, like his head started throbbing, and he got like some weird like leak in his brain, and it like was separating the back of his head from his skull, and they don't understand why. And then the second episode, he started getting that same pain. He went to the ER, and it started to separate again. And they don't know what's causing it.
Like, I assume this is like a backwoods hick,
Well,
right?
it's supposed to be one of like the most it's in the desert, and it's supposed to be like an area that has like the most like paranormal phenomena, like UFOs, ghosts.
How's that paranormal though? It just sounds like there's something medically wrong with him.
No, there's like weird shit happening there.
Well, you see like that quad that's behind Yo-Yo back there. Is
Yep.
that what I assumed that this like this hillbilly man fell back and cracked the back of his head with?
Yep.
And now he's using the excuse that like the aliens are making my brain grow long.
Anytime I think of alien abductions, all I can think about is the SNL sketch with the Ryan Gosling and Kate McKinnon.
I don't think I saw that one.
Oh, dude, look at Yo-Yo's reaction.
Oh god.
Okay.
Oh
Look it up
yes,
right
I know the
after.
one you're talking
It is-
about. Yeah.
Oh, it is.
With Kate
just-
McKinnon like smoking, she's like,
She's a national treasure. She is just.
oh my god.
They've done that skit a couple times though. She comes back to that character.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
character showed
Yeah.
up in like different things. It's
Yeah.
the best. It'll be a sad day in SNL when her and like Cecil Strong leaves. They're gonna have a little bit of a purge of some good talent coming in the next year or two, and they'll be like bummed like when she leaves.
Tell you
That's
that live show they did was awesome. I
Live from home.
yeah, I didn't feel I didn't think that they could pull it off, but it was
Was that live? I thought
well,
a
no,
lot of that
it-
stuff was
no.
taped.
no, it wasn't live. It was all I mean, a Saturday night. Yeah, it wasn't live, but it was pre-recorded, and yeah, it was.
Doing it all from a safe social distance at home.
Oh, the Zoom one, and the Zoom one was like one of the best ones.
So I heard that actually happened. So when they made the woman, the assistant actually bringing her laptop into the bathroom.
Oh, I bet they went and they Googled like
Yeah.
stories and just made it into a sketch.
Okay, so Alex, basically they're having a Zoom meeting, like we're having one now, but it's an office meeting, and they're trying to get, and there's these two assistants that really aren't computer literate, and one of them decides to take the laptop into the bathroom with her. She didn't think people could see her, and
And Kate McKinnon did it, and she's just like, "What?
yeah,
What?"
Yeah, that happened in real life.
yeah,
And
I
for all you know, I could be in the bathroom right now.
yeah.
you could, as you shift in between dimensions. This is what you do with this power. Why?
I mean, I think he's just in the Speed Force, and he's just trying to like figure out where to be.
Oh my god, I never
Look at
thought
him.
like how awful it would be to try to poop during the Speed Force.
I feel like he would just like vibrate it out of himself and just like disappear.
I just imagine like if he had a log shoot out of him, that'd probably be like a lethal bullet, and that would be like the weirdest forensic file to ever like try to figure out.
Okay, so
How did the
yo,
show-
you need to Google this.
Why are you
Isn't
trying to glaze over my point, Leo? Why can't we talk about what I'm talking about?
no,
Oh,
if you let me continue, I could have sworn I read something that there's actually something about a runner during some point in his, like if he's doing like a long run, a marathon run, there's at some point where they actually have to go at some point? Like their body like forces them to go during the run?
Oh yeah, no, it's some marathon runners wear a diaper.
Does it make them go
Because,
faster?
No, it's because literally at a certain point of the run, they will just their bowels be like because at certain points your muscles that like your legs will want more energy, and you holding your butt cheeks tight or your colon is taking energy away from the legs, and sometimes they will transfer energy as needed to the legs, and they'll relax those muscles so it's not taking as much energy from the body to keep those muscles tight. It's one of the reasons, as well as if you watch them, they don't run in fists. Their hands are very much like loose, and they're really like they don't use as much energy as they need. It's all in their legs. So sometimes during the race, you'll just like they'll just go, and that's it.
Is that why they call it the runs?
Maybe.
So to answer your question, yes, to go a little bit faster because of the wind coming out of their ass.
Okay,
it doesn't make a whistle noise.
Mark Matheson says faster than a spinning bowel movement. Angela says I only drink almond milk in my mocha ice latte from Dunkin'. It actually makes the coffee not taste bitter or strong.
That's good to know. That's a life hack right there.
Yeah, totally.
Hashtag life hack.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we brought up coffee, a nice brown liquid, as we're talking about runners pooping.
Yep, exactly.
We're glad we got your
coffee.
question. Make sure to write into us over here at the Dorkening. We really do appreciate it.
So to kind of change the subject, and I know we're going to do it.
Why do you want to change the topic? Like, it's just pooping. Like, what? I poop, you poop, everybody poops. There's numerous books about this.
Except the leader of North Korea. He doesn't poop. And he invented burgers and he found unicorns.
They found unicorns?
Yeah, when they were trying to go like, how's he going to be a good leader? He told the people that he found unicorns outside while on a hike or something.
Oh.
So he would give like legitimacy to the people where it's just like, how can you hate the guy? He discovered unicorns outside the city. He's swell even though he can't poop, but oh well.
William Pace says, what are we talking about? And then he gave a bunch of shit icons. But we were talking about earlier about Doctor Strange 2 with Sam Raimi at the helm and possibly, Bruce Campbell wanting to play a role, and also John Krasinski visiting Marvel. So hopefully Mr. Fantastic. We didn't talk about it yet. Did you guys finally watch Picard? No.
No, I haven't.
No, why not? I thought you were so into Picard.
I was, and then stuff happened.
Like what? Were you trying to go out for a run?
I went for a walk today.
You did.
Oh, that's nice.
And my diaper on and everything.
I know, right? I mean,
You gotta put those Band-Aids on.
Well, I have somebody laying around. I just staple them together, then I have one big diaper.
Oh, nice.
It's resourcefulness.
Well, so
See, right?
Running like Tommy Pickles down the road.
Have you guys?
Protect the baby legs. Interdimensional cable. It's my favorite.
I do wonder how long anyone's ever. If this is like a Guinness thing, has anyone ever had like a mile run like pigeon toe the entire time?
Oh, dude, I bet you I feel like everything is everything with these guys. I don't think anything's different.
This is like a pot-filled dorm room of like, dude, what if someone did this? And it's like, that's probably already happened. But anyway, just like a college dorm room full of smoke, let's talk about Doctor Strange. That was a thing in the 70s that they had to kind of stop selling them because too many kids that were doing psychedelics were buying all of the copies of the trippy images in the Doctor Strange books.
Jack Kirby.
Oh, how wonderful. It's just like, wow, this is a really popular book among the youth. Why is that?
Oh.
They say they like the colors.
William Pace says Bruce Campbell as Mesfito. You know what I'm saying.
No,
No,
Bruce
please.
Campbell as-
No, I don't. Keep going.
Mephisto.
You're gonna what? I thought this was a family show.
And Mark Matheson says Bruce Campbell was supposed to be Mysterio in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. Makes sense to try to bring him in for another role.
Well, it's funny because I didn't realize this, that there is a Doctor Strange reference in Spider-Man 2.
There is.
Yeah, so when he's going through the names, J. Jonah Jameson is literally going like, Doc, whatever it is, and he's like, Doctor Strange, and he goes, no, that name's already taken.
Oh, yes, yep.
So it was like, oh, well, like what? I never realized it until I saw it mentioned. I went back and watched that clip, and I'm like, they're right.
You already know that there's already people like that. They had it planned for the whole time. They knew that was going to happen.
Well,
I mean, my one thing is I love Sam Raimi. I think he has some great stuff. Everyone's looking at me like weird. I kind of don't want him to reference any of his other stuff and or include the Delta 88.
I'm sorry, but he needs to reference.
I don't want him to. I don't.
That car has to be in it somewhere.
He needs to reference Ash.
No, I don't think.
No, but the car's going to be in it regardless, and it has nothing to do with the Evil Dead franchise. It's in all his movies.
No. Yeah,
I understand. It's just one of those things. I think sometimes those little things take away from his movies because people are looking for them.
But it's a perfect opportunity given the fact
The
that
Marvel movies are all about Easter eggs. That's all people eat.
You're talking about the multiverse.
With Sam Raimi, he already has Easter eggs in his movies, so it's like I don't want like that on top. Like I want to like watch and enjoy the movie, and then like if I go back to start to look for Easter eggs, I want to do it, but I don't want to look for Easter eggs upon Easter eggs.
I mean,
but hold on.
We also can't judge the movie. Yeah, I mean, like if it's distracting, yeah, it's annoying. But I'm assuming that it's gonna be subtle because they want to just tell a good story.
It doesn't need to be subtle because you got like the Russian dolls too, which is the egg within the egg within the egg. So you can just keep on piling on Easter eggs. Just give it all to us, man.
I would still kill
I'm not
for
asking
like a
for Ash
small.
to be an Easter egg. That needs to be one of the multiverses that he goes to.
Yeah.
That would make
Easter
Ash
egg.
canon.
I don't think he is. I think he's going to go to one of the. I think one of the multiverses he's going to go to is going to have the Ancient One back in it.
Oh.
Ones where she didn't die. Do we have to say spoilers if the movie's been out for like 7 years?
No.
Wait, what?
Nah,
wait,
I mean,
which one?
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange.
Isn't it 8 years?
I'm making a joke, being like when like I said, I mean I can see him going to. I think he's going to go to I can see him going to a universe where the Ancient One's still alive. Like that's where the multiverse is going to go. I think they're going to mention the Sonyverse. I know there's talk of them going to the Fox X-Men world, and that's how Deadpool's going to come over.
I think that shouldn't happen. I want it to be more natural than that. I think they have to do one where they didn't win.
I think that is gonna like I said, I'm with you. Like Thanos lost, Thanos won, and all that stuff. But like I said, it's only going to be. But you also have to set up the rest of Phase 4 and 5. So how much time is he going to have in each one of these multiverses, as well as this ties into Loki and it ties into WandaVision. It's like how many different multiverses they're going to have to touch and explain to push the story. Like I said, that's why early on when like Scott Nicholson left the project, I was like, I have a very bad Age of Ultron feel of this movie. Like it's going to be a lot of information up front. It's not going to be great. and since Endgame came out and they referenced a lot of Age of Ultron, which might kind of made that movie a little bit better. Not a lot better, just a little bit, kind of like, oh, I see what they did there finally. I kind of don't want to have that with Doctor Strange 2, where it's like I didn't really rewatched Age of Ultron until after Endgame. I don't want to watch the end of this arc, or whatever it is, to understand what they were doing in Doctor Strange 2.
I'm really looking forward
You
to.
will though.
Yeah.
I mean, if they force you to, you will begrudgingly do it.
But I also think
I'm
they're
gonna
going
do
to
it too,
introduce. I also think they're going to introduce Namor in this too. Like, is Namor going to be in Black Panther, or is he going to be in Doctor Strange 2? Because the rumor is one of those two movies is where he's coming in.
Makes more sense for Black Panther.
Yeah, and I thought he was off the cuff already mentioned in
Off the cuff mentioned in
Endgame, right?
No, in
Iron
Man 2.
Yeah.
Well, no, because they reference
the map.
the map, but
Earthquake,
the earthquake, in the ocean.
Well, again, you hear the writers and stuff. They're like, "Well, we wanted to incorporate more of these characters." I'm like, guys, no, you didn't. Like, the more the writers talk, and like, I think they just build off the fandom being like, "Oh yeah, we wanted to add them."
Yeah.
No, everything that Kevin Feige said is you guys had a whiteboard for years, basically just saying what's going to happen. Because what Robert Downey Jr. said, he knew Tony Stark was going to die at Civil War. Like, he knew early on what the total arc of his character was going to be.
But we all know, since we kind of already said slight spoilers and anything, but you know, with the idea of like artificial intelligence within, you know, being established within Marvel and everything, it's the weirdest thing is that a lot of the times it seems like anything that can pop up in any of these movies either have to do with contracts, how much money, budget, and I don't know what they can do to get out the door. So like, I really kind of wish that there will be some sort of like weird maybe fan servicey nod to his Spider-Man work in some way, you know, as a connection. Maybe even do a reversal of somehow having a universe where they're trying to figure out a name for a spider guy and they call him Spider-Man. Oh, that's taken, you know. But it's a mixed bag, I feel, with like how this movie's going to play out, which is why I'm fascinated by it, because like Sam Raimi's such a specific director, and he's got a vision, and for all his movies, it's very distinct. You know, it's a Sam Raimi movie. There's a distinct way he makes his films, and Marvel has a very specific way of how they make their movies. And whenever something's just a little bit creative, it can kind of get watered down to keep it consistent with the whole scope of all the Marvel movies. So part of me kind of feels like I'm interested to see what Sam Raimi will do, but I also kind of worry that they're going to hold him back to keep consistent with all the other films. Because, I mean, Edgar Wright worked on Ant-Man for 8 years, and now he only got like a writer's credit, possibly a producer credit. Yeah, producer's credit. But like, he worked in that film like for a very long time, and it's just like, I love Sam Raimi. I love all his work. One of the biggest things I'm looking forward in Doctor Strange is probably the cinematography, because I love the twisting buildings and all the stuff in the original. But imagine that combined with the guy who did the Evil Dead films. That's got to be nuts.
Just real quick, Sergio says hello, and in the chat room also added Jesse Gideon, Daniel John, Laura Potter, and Joey DiCarlo. Mark Matheson says, as a fan, I'd use Spider-Man movies to do the mutant man-spider from the 90s cartoons, to bring in the X-Men and the Fantastic Four to the MCU, then bring in Venom for Black Suit Spider-Man, and already being mutated once is how Peter Parker beats the Venom symbiote.
I could see if Tom Holland is in Venom, has Venom been pushed back, or is that still slated for October? I can't keep track of what movies have been pushed back and not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's like a way they can do a Black Spider-Man in Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man work from home, whatever they're jokingly around calling it about.
It makes more sense now in today's world.
Well, but also like how he was revealed to be Peter Parker at the end of the Homecoming or Far From Home. You know, that could be a really good way to still be Spider-Man and he not knowing the dire consequences of it because he doesn't know the full effects of it like Venom does.
You also, did you hear about that rumor that there is rumor that the next time we see Peter, that he's going to try to lawyer up and they're going to try to reintroduce Matt Murdock into the main MCU?
I heard about that.
That has been gaining so much traction online, and I think we talked about having that like months ago on the show.
We did, and actually there was somebody wrote an article recently talking about the Netflix Marvel characters and when those rights revert back to Marvel. And like I think it's Daredevil and Luke Cage are like 2020.
So this year,
yeah,
we are 2020. Yeah, no,
Sweet
I'm
Christmas.
looking forward. But see, like I said, I mean, even the creator says he bought the Daredevil suit at auction for his own show. The creator of the show did. So he goes, and Charlie Cox has been up being like, I would love to come back and play the character. I love playing the character. I think because you had Marvel Studios doing the casting, why try to recast that role?
They can recast
Yeah.
Iron Fist if they want. though.
No.
I don't think we've seen any of Iron Fist in the near future, especially as they're doing.
I think I don't think he's a bad guy, but I think the show was rushed.
That should. Well, you could say a lot of those things.
You could see that the show was rushed because he didn't know any martial arts, or like he was just willfully unprepared for any fight
How
scene.
many jump cuts did they have?
Just because he came off as an arrogant rich vegan man doesn't mean that that's bad. That's bad. He does remind me of someone that would lecture me outside of a Panera Bread, you know, like not like a superhero. He was like, if you just meditate, it's like, dude, put on some shoes. Like, come on. Like,
I know.
No,
I got this tattoo off a dragon. Okay.
I think the movie, the Ten Rings movie, will kind of fulfill that martial arts void for a while. But like I said, I can see them doing Matt Murdock as Matt Murdock and not as Daredevil. Until like later on, something like that, like something goes south where like all of a sudden he goes like, "Who are you?" Like Spider-Man could be like, "Who are you?" Like that kind of mentality. And Daredevil is just Daredevil, and he kind of really doesn't interact, and he kind of just does his thing and leaves. And then he kind of goes like, somewhere, I don't know who that is, basically type of mentality, like. Or he could wear the Spider-Man suit. Like they could like find out who one of the options you could have, like they could find out like, oh, he is Spider-Man. He could be like, just give me your suit, and then they can do the whole like.
Happened in the comics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the man without fear, so he can still use the web shooters and still do what Spider-Man does. And you could be that whole like, see, I'm not Spider-Man. Like, here's Spider-Man, bye Spider-Man. Like,
you could even be a dick and like he can fake a spider sense too.
Yeah.
Because if like Mysterio came up and he was like, you know what? I know that you have different senses. I'm gonna throw this ball at you, and you're not gonna catch because you're too tall to be him. And boom, it's like, oh, he's also Daredevil. Also, I know they kind of did that in Far From Home, but I still would love to see a scene where like Matt Murdock is kind of training Peter a little bit and how to use his spider sense a little bit to be more aware of his surroundings in a sense, just for him to train almost ninja style slightly to Spidey. It'd be kind of neat, just a little neat.
I rewatched the end of Far From Home the other day. It's really good.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I think Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio is awesome casting.
It was a really interesting direction to take it. I was kind of like, I don't know, but I like what they went with.
Yeah. Mark Matheson says exactly. People would think Tom Hardy Venom is a different Venom, and also people would think that came through twice. No, Tom Hardy Venom is a different Spider-Man. Okay.
You know, I think I've said this before, is that if Sony is going to continue on with their own like spider versions of stuff and everything, and it's always kind of, I think, grating to the people over at Disney, because it always seems like they're working on like, oh yeah, we're part of this family, but they're really just completely the redheaded stepchild of the MCU, where they're just like, oh yeah, we're also here, and it's not really as controlled as I think Disney wants it to be. My sick idea for them is that I really wish they would do the Clone Saga and just give Ben Reilly to Sony, and they can just go wild and do whatever they want with it. Because Clone Saga failed, and the only way you can fail the Clone Saga now is to make it great.
That's not the one where like Doc Ock is Peter, right?
No, that's Superior Spider-Man.
No, okay.
That's a good run. That's a really good run.
And a lot of people oh my god, everyone hated it when it first came out. Now that it ended, everyone was just like, oh yeah, that was good. But man, comics, everybody, just wow, so many people were like, how dare you kill Spider-Man? It's like, he'll be back.
Comics.
Speaking of comics, I know we talked about supporting local businesses, local comic shops. I think, we talked about it. Did we talk about it last week? Diamond?
No, 2 weeks ago with when Tim was on.
Oh, okay. Then we don't need to rehash it. There we go.
Okay.
With the madness happening and us like binging a lot of TV and getting through a lot of shows, what are you guys finding to watch? Have you found anything good lately?
I finally finished Tiger King. I've been kind of going to your Plex and just kind of watching random movies.
Did you watch the special for Tiger King?
No, I don't really care. Like I thought it was gonna be like a whole nother like episode.
Yeah.
But when it was like a retrospective episode, I'm like, I'm all proud of this. Like,
Yeah. Well, not really. It was like, just what they didn't show.
Carol fucking Baskin.
Yeah.
I literally know nothing about Tiger King.
Oh,
watch it.
Yeah.
All I know is that it's a meme. That's all I know.
Okay, you need to watch it. We weren't gonna watch it, and then it's a train wreck. It's an absolute train wreck that you must watch.
But all right.
Yeah.
I guess we'll go in vague. All I know is
okay.
that it's
basically.
No, don't.
Okay.
No,
Don't.
Leo, just let him go in blind.
Okay.
Because even when you're just like, I won't, but I'll just say this one little thing that will literally completely undermine it all.
Hold on.
I'm not even joking. I've been nearly willing to go back in the backlog of the Dorkening recordings, just to get all of the goddamn times you've spoiled stuff, just so I can animate it.
Okay. I'm not going to spoil it. All I'm going to say is
no.
Hold on.
No.
Do it.
No, all I'm going to say.
God damn it, Leo. This is not. You're not going to put this goddamn football in front of me and go, come on, Charlie Brown. Come on. No. I got to put my foot down somewhere, Leo.
Seriously, if you have not seen Tiger King, and this is for everybody watching or listening, it does get your mind off to madness. I was shocked that, you're watching this and it's such a train wreck that I totally forgot that the world is ending around us. It's that type of show to totally get your focus on one thing. It's like, hey, I'm gonna, try to get your try to distract you while we chop off your leg. It's that type of thing.
What?
That's a terrible analogy, man.
Yeah.
Things like anesthesia?
Yeah.
Sorry, sir. Due to the backup of the hospital due to the virus, we ran out of anesthesia, so we're just going to have you watch Tiger King while we operate on your leg, okay? So we're just going to crank up the volume pretty loud. Yeah. That good? What? Okay, perfect. Okay, here we go.
Okay, so James, you just sent me the canceled Star Wars Episode 9. What's that?
So, if everybody knows, Rise of Skywalker was not the original story. So the Colin Trevorrow was the original director of the Episode 9, and the actual name of the episode was supposed to be called Star Wars Duel of the Fates. And it was supposed to be a completely different story in which, the senator, the emperor never came back. There wasn't a second Death Star. They don't go back to the second Death Star, and it's a completely different story. And you've seen animatics, and you've seen, polls of like some of the script pages, which are all been authenticated as like this was the real thing. And so some people have started animating blocks of the movie.
Oh.
To a point where it's like, this was such a better movie. Like the whole thing of like, there's a big war on Coruscant, and that's the final battle, the Battle of Coruscant. So you have battles on Coruscant, above, in the sky, in space, and on the planet, like on Return of the Jedi. And it's a more satisfying conclusion to the series, especially how Kylo and Rey interact more per this, like these treatment pages, and it's awesome. It's just so good.
Oh, I'll give it a try.
Star Wars is really weird for me.
Have you gone back and tried to watch Rise of Skywalker?
I still haven't seen it.
Yeah.
It's just like such a sour taste in my mouth. It is not like, it's just, I can't. It was funny because what was it, 2 days ago or yesterday? I was sitting and then my memories came up and they had the trailer for Last Jedi, and I watched it and I was like, oh, see, this trailer makes this movie look so much better than it actually was. I remember I was excited to see this, and I was like, aww.
Yeah. That, yeah.
I tried to watch it and I got like 20 minutes in and I shut it off.
You can't watch it.
Yeah.
The sequel trilogy is like unwatchable.
Yep.
I mean, is it weird that I kind of got into a part of my life? I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older. I don't know if it's just I'm looking back at the years behind me. But at this point, I'm willing if Disney would just make a redemption arc Disney Plus series about Jar Jar Binks at this point.
Never. Please, no.
No, but what if it was like really compelling?
No.
Well, supposedly in one of the books, like the Aftermath books, the 3 books that came out to kind of explain what happened in Return of the Jedi and the Battle of Jakku, there is a part in the book where you actually find out what happened to Jar Jar Binks, and it literally is the most depressing way to end that character's arc.
Care to share?
That he was a character of black people and hung himself, maybe.
Well, I wouldn't say that, because I did look up the guy who did play him, and he nearly jumped off the New York Bridge because of how many people went after him.
Oof. Okay.
And so and like he was like,
I retract my previous statement.
Yeah, because it was like, yeah, and yeah, it was a nice story where he talked about like he caught himself when the wind pushed him and he was like about to jump, but he grabbed himself and he was like, I guess there's more to life than this. And it's like, what if we go that direction with Jar Jar? What if we went there? Just like make it that compelling.
Well, in the book, it's basically
Sorry, I'm not.
come across.
By the way, just prefacing that, if you need any help to talk to anyone, please contact emergency lines and all that. We love you.
Just that hotline, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week available.
Yep, and I know most of the time, especially now with everyone dealing with being indoors or going to work or the stresses of the outside world and everything else like that, just as a quick note, is that it's not funny. It's not a joke. I know we're saying things in jest and all that, as in concepts and whatever else, but in real life, this is a real thing that does happen. People are there to talk. People care.
And never hesitate to
saying.
reach out to people. Like,
Yep. We love you.
But we love everybody. But in the book, it basically says like they come across a Gungan doing like street art or street performer, and it's revealed that it is Jar Jar. And in the lines it says like he has been beaten down mentally due to the fact that he's come to the realization that his actions caused the Civil War. And it's like he's had to live with everything that's happened since the Attack of the Clones because he realized that it was his fault.
Ooh, can I ask you guys a quick question? Let's say this was an 8-part Disney Plus series.
8-part?
And yeah. No. And you find out that he's been on the streets. He's, from the fallout of the Civil War and all that. He's doing street art and all that. He's kind of a rebel in a sense with spray paint, kind of punk. Like, let's say he got a vocal coach, so he sounds different. What voice would you want to give Jar Jar?
I don't know.
James Earl Jones.
More James Earl Jones.
Yep.
You don't want to get Coach McGurk type voice. I forget that John H. Benjamin's voice coming out of him.
Archer.
SpongeBob. There we go.
Tom Kenny. Yeah, I'm sure. Even Tara Strong. Why not?
Yep. Well, we are coming up on the hour. Anything else you guys would like to discuss before we wrap things up?
I watched Never Surrender on Amazon.
Oh.
It's a documentary about Galaxy Quest and the creation of it.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I enjoyed it. I know Leo put it on. I always feel like Leo, when I ask Leo for something put on the Plex, like 3 days later, it's available for like on Amazon or Netflix or something like that.
You can,
they have your Plex.
Well, I mean, how do you think it happens?
I just have to say,
you put Twilight Zone on your Plex, right?
No, but so
that next. Oh, put that next.
Twilight Zone. Oh, I could the new one or the old one or
no, the OG.
OG. I'll look for it.
One from the 80s.
So
there you go. The really bad ones.
Patrick asked for Universal Soldiers, so I put it on, and I go to test it out, and it's in Hindi. So I had to fix that.
No, it was. I liked it, but my big takeaway was like I wish they did more on the aftermath of the movie coming out because it feels like they kind of glazed over like how it became a cult film.
Yeah,
it was more of like, and I wanted more of that. Like, I didn't know like a lot of how it was made, which was really really cool. But it feels like they left a lot of like the interview with like the cast and crew on the cutting room floor. Like I'm feeling there's a lot more with like Tim Allen, a lot more with like Tony Shalhoub, and like characters like even like that. Like I would love to hear more about like the whole reaction of like, did you realize it was going to be this big of a movie, and how was it like after this? Like kind of that kind of stuff. It was like it felt like they kind of danced around that like those questions or that like storyline and just kind of went to like, oh, what is at the end?
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Mark Matheson had a question. Is Keanu Reeves in Immortals? And if not Moon Knight, then who is?
No, I don't think he's in Eternals.
No.
I still say he should play Adam Warlock, personally.
I know Daniel Radcliffe's his name's been floated around with Moon Knight.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot lately.
It's like magic.
Yeah, well, did you see? It's like magic. I miss. Oh, yeah. I got it.
Alex, you win. Good night. Good night, everybody.
What was?
Did you like my sitcom poses?
He was on a. What was that? The Dark Ages show. It was actually 2 seasons.
Dark Ages, Miracle Workers.
Miracle Workers, yes.
I didn't watch the second season. The first season was fantastic.
Second season is really good as well.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be, but yeah, it's really good.
The girl who's in it, the Indian girl who's in like Cock Blockers too.
Yep.
Cock Blockers. She's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
And I know she's in it too, and she's just really like she's just funny.
Yeah. The whole second season is awesome, and it's shortish, so it's yeah, definitely a good watch.
I still do hope Danny Radcliffe, just my own personal like input, is that I really do kind of want to see him play the MCU's version of Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
I think he's got like I know he's not super tall. That's why I kind of want to go back to like a shorter Wolverine, and I think he's got a deeper Northern American voice than his English voice.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think he can do it. And it's always that type of thing with every actor where everyone knows him just for that one role and forget actors have versatility in their work. And clearly, if you've seen anything past his more popular roles, he plays like crazy pretty well.
Yeah.
Swiss Army Man was fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mark actually said that. Swiss Army Man is nutty. Thank you guys. Yeah. I haven't seen Swiss Army, guys.
I would I would check it out while you eat.
Okay.
I would say if you're like, hey, you know what? I'm getting my leg amputated. I need a good distraction. The Swiss Army Man. That'll be a good one.
Go watch Tiger King.
That almost sounds like your version of like an insult. Just go watch Tiger King.
Okay, you cool cats and kittens. I think we're gonna wrap things up here.
What?
Oh, God.
You like that, James?
Just so cringeworthy. Oh, God.
This-
One of the
I wish-
just pull down my eyes. Like,
There are times I wish we had like an analytical like AI that can detect the things you say for a yearly compilation of like just these things, just so it can be fed back into the world.
I
of
really
people's-
want Alex to start animating like a panel of us, like just being like when Leo says something that's really funny, and we're either just like, oh.
I'm pretty sure that would take more time because I would take a lot of pride in trying to mimic all the scenes from the end of like Indiana Jones where everyone's faces are melting and everything. So I definitely want to put in extra work to make sure I can get the right frames when all your faces are sliding off of you.
Leo's just sitting there like,
Oh, he'd just be sitting there just like,
happy with little cheeks are all like rosy red and
get it? Get it, guys? Get it?
yeah. One is from like Template, and then one is from a Last Crusade, where he's just shriveled up like husks with like the eyes, and then the other one's like you're right with the melting face.
I always felt like if there was a personal hell that Leo ran, it would be like a sitcom where
Sponsored
he leaves
by
up,
Reddit.
Yeah.
sponsored by Reddit. Always scrolling in the back of the Hell Flames is just scrolling Reddit constantly of r/Leo Pond, and I'm always imagining that like he would say the worst thing to leave off on and just freeze frame while all the credits start to play while everyone else is screaming in doom and agony around him, but he's completely frozen in time where he's just like, I'll unfreeze when I have something else to say on the last note.
Well, on that note, Alex.
God damn it, I love you, Leo.
I love you too.
So much. God, you're such a demon.
So if you don't know Alex, he's an awesome local artist, and I got all his information in the show notes, including his Patreon. So if you love supporting local artists, hit the links down below or up above. Where do you like?
Yes, please support me. I have some cool stuff coming your way. I've been working very, very hard digitally I've lost sleep over this stuff. I'm working on a passion project right now that I'm working really hard on. I'm even looking at my promo images right now, and I can't show it yet because I'm really trying to make it so it can speak for itself, so I don't have to profusely talk about it over and over again.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait to see it.
Then
Jack,
go to Aeriescope. Sorry, go to Aeriescope and pre-order that Victor Crowley T-shirt. It's still up because the printer places are closed still.
okay. Jack Shipley is waving a hello. Mark Matheson says, pick an actor and pick their role. Example, Jennifer Lawrence as Chitara in Thundercats live action movie. That sounds like a good game to play. We'll try that next episode. We'll
I'd be down.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, you cool cats.
Yeah, cool cats and kittens. Hey, cool cats and kittens. Yo.
The Thundercats are pretty cool cats, right, guys?
They are. They are.
Thanks, everybody.
If he missed it, James just closed his laptop.
Wow, he really seemed to pussy out, right, guys? Like a cat? Weird Al?
Didn't he do a live stream recently?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a Ted Nugent one?
Everybody's done a live stream.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, some have been painful.
Yeah, but James, do you have a Ted Nugent pop?
not yet.
Yeah, because I'd be cat scratch fever. Oh God!
Yo, save us.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Save us! Save us!
Boy Meets Phone on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Yo Saint Laurent on the same social media channels. If you want to have some fun, suggest what I should do for the background for next week.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh,
Yeah.
fancy. My computer can't do it because it's not powerful enough.
I recommend Cool Cat.
Cool in the game? What?
Cool Cat stops bullying. You know what that is?
I think you should do the Dominoid Noid.
Annoyed.
I'm waiting, Alex. After you watch Tiger King, I want you to start drawing drawing Tiger King memes.
Joe Exotic?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't even have to be him. It has to, any of the characters.
Oh, it has to be him.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'd probably just be catatonic after a while.
Good to see if the guy lost all faith in humanity.
James.
Trust me, that lost a long time ago.
Like Alex said, check out his work. It actually is fantastic. He drew a taco cat for my son, which is amazing. And hopefully once this gets over, it'll actually be a tattoo. And then, Alex, and you'll have someone with your tattoo artwork tattooed on their body, which I think is always pretty cool for an artist. So
Definitely. You will be, I think, maybe the second person who's ever actually got my stuff tattooed. Well, also, I don't know where you're putting the tattoo either.
You got to find out later.
Well, I mean, it is a taco. That's why I'm like, where are you putting it?
No, but like definitely check out his work, Patreon, as well as Coffee. I know that he would love the love and support. And you still have prints available, Alex, or no?
Not this current time, but I will update when that does come.
Okay. You can follow me at me personally at tweets and Instagrams at Longtime Storm. But you can do the other podcast, the Jen and James Podcast Experience. That is up on the Dorkening.com whenever Leo decides to add the show to the Dorkening.com. But today, before the show started, our merchandise shop is up and running.
Awesome.
Well, Leo got the logo all set for us, so check that out. We have some T-shirts and stickers and all that stuff on TeePublic. If you go to our Facebook page, the Jen and James Podcast Experience, there's a link right in there. Click on that. You get 30% off for the next about almost 3 days. So check out some stuff and support it, and check our show out. New episode 5 drops on Saturday, and check it out.
Awesome.
Yep. Tweet and Instagram Jen James Podcast, on Facebook the Jen and James Podcast.
GEN.
GEN, not JEN.
Yes. And for me, just Google Leo Pond and find a bunch of stuff. Could be true, could be not, but more importantly, head on over to thedorkening.com to check the other shows on the network and follow these awesome people, these awesome cats and kittens. Links are down below and up above. Thank you all.
All is lost.
Bye.
Bye.